What do you get in a Dodge Neon at
Just $9,500 for starters. Something priceless called peace of mind. In the form of standard driver and front passenger airbags, high-strength steel beams in the doors, and the very real reassurance of 132 horses under the hood. So even at $9,500, safety-wise, it's loaded. Say hello to Dodge Neon at your friendly Dodge dealers today.
Sharon Gober from the Hoosier Lottery offices. Where are you going to eat dinner tonight?
Have no idea. At your house?
Pizza City.
Oh. Right.
Now, don't forget, you still have about 2 hours to get tickets for tonight's $100 million Powerball drawing. And Tony, we need 6 contestants for our show coming up March 18th. Who are they?
From the thousands of entry tickets that you mailed in this week, approximately 500 envelopes have been drawn and placed in the drum. Under the supervision of lottery security and an independent auditor, tonight's contestants are drawing 2 contestants who will join 4 automatic seat contestants for our show on March 18th. Our automatic seat contestants on March 18th will be Martha Richter, Evansville, Margaret Mahaffey, Michigan City, Cindy Kress, Fort Wayne, and Larry Schneider, Syracuse. And our other contestants will be Francis King, West Lafayette, and Julia Willits, Greenfield.
All right, thanks, Tony. Our Hoosier Lottery County of the Week is Putnam County in west central Indiana. They've received more than $2 million from Hoosier Lottery profits. If you need more information about the distributions of lottery profits in your county, call our customer service department at 1-800-955-6886. Congratulations. To our Hoosier Lottery Retailer of the Week, it's the Citgo on South Bloomington in Greencastle. Have a safe and happy week. Good night.
Walker's Wardrobe furnished by Putting on the Ritz. Mark's Clothing by Arnold's Men's Store. Tony's Clothing provided by Adam's Apple Menswear. Plants by Nature's Way. Hoosier Millionaire contestants are guests of the Omni Severn Hotel, Indy's #1 choice for the grand style of tradition.
Hoosier Millionaire has been brought to you by Long John Silver's, America's place for great-tasting shrimp and fish at a great price every day. Go shrimp and fish with Long John Silver's.
Don't miss the gigantic art sale, this Sunday only. Hundreds and hundreds of oil paintings from several Midwest galleries have been moved to Lafayette and Kokomo for a fantastic one-day closeout sale. Choose from a huge selection. Most paintings are priced under $39. Absolutely nothing is over $49. That's this Sunday only, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at Lafayette's Radisson Inn, formerly Howard Johnson's, and at the Kokomo Ramada Inn. Don't miss this sale.
Experience.
The Tippecanoe County legislators will have to work hard.
Knowledge.
Majority of the Senate Finance Committee voted to take out.
Lafayette Live's Chris Marissi targets issues that affect your community, giving viewers news on what's happening in state and local government and how it could affect your hometown. With over a dozen years of experience gathering news in Lafayette, who better to ask the question than someone who knows how to get the answers? Chris Marissi and TV 18 News, bringing you good news from good people. Do you know these cities? We do, and we'll take you there with us.
The local matter is what you have to do. Health officials say.
Lafayette Live at 5.
Good evening, I'm Mike Pickett.
And I'm Don Kendrick.
We're in the know when it comes to the news that matters to you. For news, sports, and weather that affect you in your hometown, TV 18 is there. For good news from good people, turn to Lafayette Live at 5.
Have you gotten into Jeopardy lately?
Yes.
Yes, everyone does get into Jeopardy.
Jeopardy, weeknights at 7:30. The Gordon Elliott Show, weekdays at 10 on TV 18. Lafayette. TV 18 Sports is proud to present the championship game of the IHSA Lafayette Boys Sectional live from Crawley Athletic Center. Dave Woods, West Lafayette Red Devils had to pull the upset to get here. Rick Peckinpah's McCutcheon Mavericks were expected to get back. And tonight the two Hoosier Conference teams will be battling for the Lafayette Sectional crown. Hi everyone, I'm Rex Troppin along with Mike Bridges. And Mike, this indeed was not the matchup the experts were anticipating.
Everybody thinks that the sectional championship will be the best two teams. This shows you what the draw can do for a team. West Lafayette and Jeff had sub-500 records. They got the bye, so they have a chance to put two good games together. They could make it to the championship round.
McCutcheon had the most difficult road, having to win on Tuesday against a tough Carroll team, and then last night getting revenge on the Harrison Raiders. Raider fans are ready to go, and so were the Mavericks. McCutcheon's Andrew Williams on the drive down the middle for two. McCutcheon's Chad Brenniger steps up and hits the corner three at 14 on the night. McCutcheon leads 9-5. Harrison's Josh Loggins with the baseline jumper off the bench. As Rick Peckinpah keeping the faith. McCutcheon's Jim Johnson, nice feed inside from Chad Peckinpah, gets the lay-in and the foul. At halftime, McCutcheon leads 25-19. Travis Brown in the third. 14 on the night's been a threat offensively through the sectional. Kansas 3. Big, strong sophomore Josh Whitman down low, kisses it off the glass. The Mavs lead 30-23 late in the third. Jeff Spann for 3 had 21. But not enough. Jim Johnson, another lay. The Mavs win 70-58. Afterwards, Peckinpah was wondering.
We were surprised that it's going to be West Side, but obviously they did some things right tonight to beat Jeff. So we're going to be ready to play them tomorrow. We have to come back and look at some scouting things on them and come into practice. Be ready. The job's not finished yet. We told our kids. Doesn't mean anything tonight unless we win tomorrow night.
So, Mike, the Mavericks won the matchup they needed to win.
I think a lot of people felt like McCutcheon was the best team until these two met a couple of weeks ago, and Harrison won 81-80 in overtime. But the Mavericks show they have a lot of talent on this team, and they're not going to go down easy.
And you know, West Lafayette had not won on the road all season long. 0-11 on the regular season. That all changed last night against the Jeff Broncos. The Red Devils led throughout the second half. In the fourth, this drive by Steve Coiner puts West Side up 5, and Jeff's Neil Biggs fouls out. But the Broncos weren't dead. Jason Siegel misses, but Chris Dubes is there for the follow. Jeff's within 3. Final minute after Dubes' free throw, Carson Harris steals a pass, lays it in to tie at 63. After another steal, Harris had a chance to put Jeff ahead with 9 seconds left, but missed the free throw, and we head to overtime. The Broncos' Chris Dubes scored first, but West Side would score at 9 straight, keyed by Steve Coiner's three-pointer. 75-67 to set up an unlikely matchup tonight against McCutcheon. And just like McCutcheon, Dave Wood and company won the matchup they really needed to win.
Oh, and it's a big win for West Lafayette. I mean, to come to Lafayette, Jeff, beat the Broncos on their home floor in the sectional, that's a hard thing for any team to do, much less West Lafayette. They're playing better as of late, but can they get past McCutcheon? It'll take a colossal effort.
So it's David Wood and company against Goliath, the McCutcheon Mavericks. Stay tuned for player introductions and the start of our basketball game.
When I got my first SAT scores back, I was scared.
My heart sunk.
I was worried about getting into college, let alone the college of my choice.
That's when I asked his teacher about Sylvan.
That definitely made the difference.
That was the turning point.
I wanted to get better grades.
And he did.
I knew that now that I could get into the college of my choice.
He gave all the credit to Sylvan.
I'm confident going into college. I know that I can handle whatever my teacher gives me.
It was well worth the money.
In Lafayette, call 447-5996.
I really appreciate a good deal. So check this out. It's my Purdue Credit Union Black and Gold Spirit Card. We're talking Visa, accepted just about everywhere, with a credit line of $5,000 to $20,000 and no annual fee. If you appreciate a good deal, listen up. Only Purdue Credit Union's Black and Gold Spirit Card offers an interest rate of 11.5% APR. That's right, 11.5%. Get this Visa card only at PEFCU. Apply today.
There's only one, Bob Royman. How about this, Bob?
George, that's
not low enough. Then how about this?
George, it's the price that's
not low enough.
All this month we're going lowest on all new 95 Toyotas, Hondas, Jeeps and Eagles, Lincolns, Mercurys, Subarus, Mitsubishis, Hyundais, and used cars too. If you buy anywhere else, it's
not low enough.
Did you ever notice how sometimes the best way to relate to your kids is to become one yourself? Yamaha Wave Runners. Sure, they're built for reliability and performance, but more importantly, they're built for the kid in all of us.
Don't miss Tall Timber's annual Open House and Boat Show, March 11th and 12th at the Lake Green store.
Proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streamed, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
West Lafayette with just 6 on the season. Rick Peckinpah's Mavericks, well, they're used to being in the championship ball game, and 10 seasons now of coaching at McCutcheon. He has made the championship game 9 times and has won 6 in 9 seasons, 5 down at North Montgomery, and his first Lafayette sectional crown a year ago. Here looking to be the first team other than Jeff to win back-to-back titles since West Point in the 25 and 26 seasons. Dave Wood, his first year at West Lafayette, their last sectional title in 1989. At 5 total in the history of the school here at the Crawley Center, and of course before that downtown at the old gym. Mike Bridges, of course, McCutcheon a heavy favorite in this ball game, and they won big in the regular season matchup.
Well, the first time these two teams met, it was a 101-47 win for McCutcheon. A 54-point blowout makes you think that West Lafayette doesn't have a chance, but we'll have to see. Let's go to the starting lineup.
There's PA announcer Jeff Russo.
McCutcheon Mavericks and the West Lafayette Red Devils. Introducing your starting lineups. For the McCutcheon Mavericks, at forward, a 6'1" junior, number 22, Andrew Williams. At forward, a 6'5" senior, number 35, Chad Brenninger. At center for the Mavs, a 6'7" junior, number 50, Jim Johnson. At guard, a 6'3" senior, number 24, Chad Peckinpah. And at guard, a 5'10" senior, number 42, Travis Brown. McCutcheon's head coach, Rick Peckinpah. And now for the West Lafayette Red Devils. At forward, a 6'2" senior, number 20, Chad Moulter. At forward, a 6'2" junior, number 32, James Whita. At center for the Red Devils, a 6'3" senior, number 44, Rob Ford. At guard, a 5'8" sophomore, number 12, Dan Skid. And at guard, a 6'1" junior, number 24, Steve Coyner. West Side's head coach, Dave Wood.
The West Lafayette Red Devils are set to do battle, and obviously for McCutcheon, do what you've been doing all season, Mike. Get the ball inside to Chad Briniger and Jim Johnson at times, but the key to this club really is the guy in the backcourt, the son of the coach, Chad Peckinpah.
Chad Peckinpah's had an outstanding season. If you remember back to last year, he had a pretty good game in the sectional, but then throughout the tournament he kind of faltered a little bit. But as we see there, we got Chad Briniger at a forward, Andrew Williams at a forward for McCutcheon, Jimmy Johnson on the inside, then Peckinpah and Travis Brown. For the Red Devils, Chad Moulter, Jamie Wida, who had a good game last night, Rob Ford in the middle, Dan Skins, an outstanding point guard, got a lot of quickness, and then Steve Coiner, the other guard who can shoot it. At times he can get hot.
Well, Dave Wood, first year at West Side, as the Red Devils hit the floor. Remind you, the two officials are Rick Scott, you see there, and his mate will be Larry Jones from over Logansport Way, the baseball coach. As West Side in white, of course, the scarlet and gray school colors. McCutcheon decked out in cardinal red and gold. The gold jerseys as Briniger moves into jump center against Rob Ford, and we're ready to go as official Rick Scott with the toss-up.
The Mavericks have gotten great play out of Chad Briniger. Had a slow start for him, but once he's picked it up, this team has really come together.
Travis Brown with it front court as McCutcheon controls the tap. And the Mavericks very patient on the perimeter. Williams has it wing right side. Bounce pass left. Briniger up from three and in and out. Long rebound deflected to Brown. Travis head of the key. Briniger right side. Williams. Loaded Johnson. Kicks it out to Brown. Deadly from three-point range in the tournament. Short this time, though, and Skian's got it for West Side.
That's what McCutcheon wants to do on offense. Eventually, they'll probably start hitting those shots, but they give you a lot of movement and spot up for the three-point shot.
Ford has it wing right side, outside Moulter. Left side Coiner, 21 last night in the upset over Jeff. Ford holds it left side to Wida. Pass down low. Moulter kicks it out of there, skiing straight up. West Side very patient, not holding the ball, though. They're still attacking the basket. Thought maybe they might hold it outside against this bigger, stronger McCutcheon club. Head of the key, it's Coiner. Still haven't taken a shot yet, though. Skiing has it left wing.
McCutcheon in a man-to-man defense, and that's what you need to do.
Rob Ford with a field goal, and it's 2-0 West Side. Quickly to head Williams, almost walked. Up to Brown, drives the lane, the pull-up from 8, rims out. Rebound deflected and controlled by Ford of West Lafayette.
Good start for Rob Ford. Hits his jumper and gets a rebound. He needs to establish himself on the other end defensively, and that will greatly increase West Lafayette's chances of winning this game.
Coiner lead in blocked by Briniger. Williams up with it, and going to be a violation. He carried the ball, and West Side gets it right back.
Andrew Williams, he had the break going. Looked out of the corner of his eye, saw Chad Briniger. Might have been thinking a slam dunk or something like that. And sometimes you go a little bit faster and the ball can't catch up.
Didn't take long for Dave Wood to get the jacket off. Had the Good Luck Red suspenders on last night. The team wearing the red socks. They really didn't want him to wear them last night, but they did, and it worked. So they're obviously back with him this evening.
Don't want to wear out too many charms, but you get to the championship game, and you know, if you lose here, you don't go on, so wear them out.
Absolutely. Left side Moulter, no shot. Bring it back to Coiner, and left side remains patient around the perimeter. It's the double team and the trap. Down low, Ford's open, but can't get him the ball. I think it just ticked off the bottom of the net, Mike, and he couldn't really judge the pass.
Well, it was a good look because McCutcheon went into a zone defense, tried to trap up front. Rob Ford all by himself, and McCutcheon's going to have to, you know, do something about that because they don't want to leave anybody open.
Haven't scored in 2 minutes. Loaded Johnson, his turnaround is in and out, back in. So we're tied at 2.
Jimmy Johnson's the biggest guy out there, tall. You know, he's the tallest guy out there. He needs to do more of that if he can.
Skiing low to Moulter for the lay-in, and West Side up 4-2. From the Mavericks in a hurry the other way. Brown, left side Peckinpah. Still hasn't taken a shot. Outside pass intercepted by Moulter. West Side the aggressor early, picking up where they left off last night. Wing pass deflected out of bounds. You know, Dave Wood said last night's game was their best of the year, and really, in watching games in the area, probably their best game played in about 4 seasons.
Sure, and I asked Dave, how did you go about beating Lafayette, Jeff? And he said, I had a plan and I stuck to it. I said, what's the thought tonight? I got another plan. I'm going to stick to it. So we'll see what happens.
Wing right side, Moulter backs it out. Pass low, it's Wida. Johnson there gets the shot up, no, and draws the foul. It's going to be on big Jim Johnson, his first.
And that's something about McCutcheon. You know, last year they had a great outstanding team because they could bring guys off the bench that could play inside. We'll take a look at the replay. James White inside, kind of underneath the basket, didn't have any place to go, but he went straight up, and you get the foul.
6'2", taking it to 6'7.5", and draws the foul as White steps up there for a pair. Rims out, no good. He'll have another. So Jamie White.
I don't think you have to tell anybody that free throws are going to play a big difference in this game, and West Lafayette needs all the points they can get.
Missed the second. White had 28 in the ball game last night, but 4-2. West side up. McCutcheon a chance to tie with 5:16 to go in the quarter. Head of the key, Peckinpah. Right side, Brown. Quarter Williams gets it back around the horn. They go. Peckinpah head fake, pass left. Brinegar no shot. Mavericks patient as well. Brown on the drive. Reverses left. Peckinpah first shot from 3. It's rimming off. No good. Rebound on the floor. Johnson's got it. And let's see. A foul going to be inside. Whistled against the Red Devils.
4:57 left in the first quarter. You feel good for West Lafayette, up 4-2. They're playing a zone defense, and McCutcheon's done a good job of spreading out that zone. They've got a couple of guys open, and it might be a matter of time before they start knocking down some of those three-point shots.
Foul on Coiner, his first lob in low. Johnson has it partially blocked by Coiner, picked up by Moulter. Now a 2-on-2 break, but Brinegar got in, deflected the pass. White has got it back, forces up the shot. Wild in the lane. Williams the rebound for McCutcheon.
If White had kept going, he might have had a layup there, but it looked like he kind of let up a little bit.
Brown will come left side. Peckinpah on the drive, stops, fires, and hits.
That's a tough shot. I bet every coach in this county is thinking, how do you stop that? I mean, you got two guys on him, he still hits the jump shot.
4-4, we're tied. 4:28 mark of the quarter. Ski and White, they get it over to Coiner on the pass. Lead up to White. Jump shot, free throw line, rims off, no good. And the rebound, McCutcheon. Peckinpah, now the Mavericks into their transition game. Left side, Brinegar, the lean-in shot, rims out too long. And the one-hop rebound to Coiner.
West Lafayette doing a good job of holding McCutcheon to just one shot.
Peckinpah, those quick hands, couldn't keep it from going out of bounds, though. West side will have it at quarter court. We have our first sub. In fact, our first two is Bob Remsburg, and Kurt Williams will check into the McCutcheon lineup. Change for West Side as well. Brinegar and Williams go out for the Mavericks. Buddy Williams checking in as Buddy at about 6'1", the senior, and he'll replace Moulter.
If you're not familiar with this West Lafayette team, watch Buddy Williams. He's a fun guy to watch, very athletic, and can kind of slash in there and got a lot of jumping ability, so he's fun to watch.
Forward from the corner, the rainbow rims long. White, though, the rebound. One dribble reverse layup is good, and West Side back in front 6-4 at 3:40 in the quarter. Head to Remsburg. Now Brown on the drive. Has it knocked away as he goes up for the shot. Loose into the corner. Remsburg's got it. He'll gun the 3. In and out. Rebound forward of West Lafayette.
The Mavericks cold in this first quarter. They've got some open shots. They just can't knock them down right now.
Danny Skian left side. White holds right. Now Ford in the lane. Got to get out right to Skian. He'll hit the 12-footer.
Dan Skian, he's a good shooter. He doesn't shoot that often, but he can hit them when he needs to.
8-4 Devils. Remsburg thought about it and traveled. He had the shot, decided to slide, step to the left, and got the step down before the dribble, and coming right back to McCutcheon Mavericks after this timeout at the 3:15 mark first quarter. We'll take a break. It's West Lafayette 8 and McCutcheon 4.
Whether you're looking for the perfect home or plan to build your dream house, there's never been a better time to come to Lafayette Savings Bank for your mortgage needs. Start living in your dream house today. We'll help you get the money it takes without giving you the runaround. And we'll make it easy to get the answers to all your home mortgage questions. Just drop in and pick up a free home mortgage information kit today. You'll be one step closer to the home of your dreams. Come home to Lafayette Savings Bank. You'll fit right in.
3 minutes, 15 seconds left to go in this first quarter. I'm Rex Troppett along with Mike Bridges from the Crowley Center, and West Side a decided underdog. Mike has a 4-point lead.
What do you think Rick Peckinpah is thinking right now over at McCutcheon? Down 4 points, 3 minutes left in the first quarter. His Mavericks have turned the ball over 3 times already. Here's a look at West Lafayette. Dan Skian knocking down the jump shot. West Lafayette needs that. This is going to be a game they cannot make very many mistakes. They have to have very few to be able to win this game.
A little similar to Tuesday night's game. Carroll had an early lead on McCutcheon. The Mavericks, a veteran group, though, so I don't think it's going to affect them. Long way to go. Here's Skian on the dribble. Up to the timeline, crosses on Peckinpah. Looks for Buddy Williams, has him. Buddy wearing those Red Sox up high. Now it's skiing. Or it's right side. Red Devils not forcing it in. Left side, Coiner. Left side, Wida. Try the long one. Rims it off. No good. Rebound off. Buddy Williams. Peckinpah controls for the Mavericks. He'll run it up.
There's what Buddy Williams can do for you for West Lafayette. He really skied on that one. Just couldn't get a hold of it.
Berniger's been quiet so far.
He's a tough guy to guard. You can play inside or outside. And you have to have a very athletic person on your team to guard him, and not many can.
Pass on the weave. Peckinpah, lean-in shot, rims good. Chad's so elusive on those drives. He can slither through those little holes.
Peckinpah's got 4 of the 6 points for McCutcheon, and he's been doing that for a while.
Right side corner is McCutcheon within 2. Lean-in shot good by Steve Coiner, and West Side's lead back up to 10-6. 4 points. 2:15 to go. Pass inside, intercepted by Ford. Here come the Red Devils. Picked his pocket. Peckinpah steal at half court. Drives on Skian. Skian gets the foul. Chad, you know, he is so quick with those hands, and little Dan Skian tried to dribble right around him, and Chad was able to pick his pocket.
Dan's one of the quickest players in the league. Here's another look. You have to foul in this situation. You can't let him go up. I mean, 2 minutes left in the first quarter. You got a lot of fouls, so go up and contest the shot at least. So maybe Peckinpah might not think of doing that again, but he's a senior, and I'm sure that, you know, that doesn't bother him at all.
Williams and Remsburg go out. Brown and Johnson got breathers, checking back in. I think maybe the depth of the Mavericks is going to start to take its toll on West Side eventually. The Red Devils, as Peckinpah hits the first free throw, don't go real deep into that bench. They'll go with Buddy Williams and occasionally bring in an extra guard like Storm Harper. That's about it. Free try missed, and Ford the rebound. They're skiing up the right side. 10-7 West Side. Under 2 minutes to go first quarter.
5 different players have scored for West Lafayette right now, so they're doing a good job of spreading it around.
Williams angles it left side. Gives it up to Coiner, who's surrounded by 2 defenders. Wida gives it back to Skian. Right side Ford puts a move on Johnson, backs it out. Wida had it poked away. Listed as James on the roster, known as Jamie. I said, hey, which is it? And he said, oh, call me Jamie.
As long as they're winning, call him Jamie.
Calling that name out. Must be doing something right.
He's also a good football player. Played a lot of quarterback this past year for the Red Devils.
Ford. Head fake. Johnson in the air, no shot. Looks to bring it back out. Bounce pass Skian in the corner instead. Brown right up on him, bumps it away, and Dan controls. Minute 10 to go in the quarter. Backs it out.
Even though Ford's the center, he doesn't play a lot of back to the basket. He does a little bit more, almost like a power forward.
Ford on the drive, poked away, goes after it, tracks it down. It is fouled by Johnson, who's picked up his second.
I certainly don't think that Dave Wood wants Rob Ford to be making a move 15 feet from the basket and then driving in. You see, almost lost the ball there. But Jimmy Johnson's been a little aggressive in his career, and he's been able to pick up a lot of fouls and be in foul trouble throughout.
And likewise, for Rick Peckinpah, you don't want Johnson committing those fouls 10 feet away. Inbounds to no one. No Red Devil there. Chad Peckinpah picks it up. He'll gun off the wing, way short. And the rebound to Ford. 50 seconds to go, so error by West Side there, and the Mavericks cannot capitalize. 10-7. They lead with the basketball. Skian to Williams. Ford wing left side. Johnson out on him. McCutcheon man-to-man all the way so far. Skian used up the dribble in the corner. Has to bring it out now to Wida with 30 seconds.
You have to think West Lafayette's just going to hold it for that last shot, try to get down to about 10 seconds, and I don't know, probably try to get Coiner or Wida the ball and maybe go one-on-one or run a screen or something.
Ford on the drive, takes it to the hole, scoops it in off the glass, and it's a 12-7 Red Devil lead with 13 seconds. Now the Mavericks will hold for 1. Rick Peckinpah signals motion offense. Peckinpah right with 6. Bounce pass right corner, Brown with 4. Got to get out of there. Guns to 3. Going to be way short. Rebound and Wida. The horn sounds. After 1, the underdog Devils lead. It's West Lafayette 12, McCutcheon 7.
At Build-A-Foul, we have everything it takes when it comes to selection, to deals, to easy lease plans. Come out, check out the spectacular Geo Prism. Once you get to know Prism and its quiet, comfortable ride for 5 passengers, the safety of dual airbags and 4-wheel anti-lock brakes, You'll know Prism's for you. You can smart lease Prism for only $199 per month on a 36-month plan with just $500 down cash or equity. Check out Prism and all the lease details now at DeFao, Lafayette.
Seattle, average rainfall 39 inches. Phoenix, average high 103 degrees. Minneapolis, average low 7. Every year, Andersen windows and patio doors stand up to the harshest sun, the coldest wind, the hardest rain. So much for the law of averages.
12-7 West Lafayette after one quarter, and Micah, obviously big surprise here after 8 minutes of play.
I would 12-7 with West Lafayette in the lead. Chad Peckinpah has 5 early points for McCutcheon, and West Lafayette's done a good job. 5 different guys have scored. Rob Ford has 4 points. West Lafayette shooting 55%. McCutcheon just 25%, and West Lafayette is got 9 rebounds to 7 for McCutcheon, so they're winning so far in the first quarter.
Dave Wood had a plan, and so far it's working very well. Red Devils inbounds to start the second period. Skehan's got it out high, heads left side. The sophomore reverses to Coiner. Red Devils keeping it on the perimeter, low to Moulter, threw it away. So West Side's turned it over in 2 of their last 3 possessions.
That's the 4th turnover for West Lafayette. Once again, Moulter looked like he was open. The pass just a little bit too high.
Hustling it up, Peckinpah, ridden by Moulter. Will come left to Brown. High to Peckinpah. I think Mavericks almost have been kind of lured into playing West Side's pass around the perimeter game. Left side Williams will gun and hit. That's a 2 just inside the arc, and it's a 12-9 game.
It just seems like McCutcheon doesn't have the normal fire that it does. I don't know if they thought maybe because we beat West Lafayette by 54 points it will be easy again, but as we can see, it hasn't been.
They've had the tougher road, 3 games in a week, maybe taking its toll. Ford near side, down the lane, take the shot out to White, off his hand, out of bounds. So a 5th turnover, and that's 3 in 4 trips down the floor for West Side. Maybe the glue coming loose a little bit.
Well, Dave Woods is going to have to get his club to get back together, because with it being 12-9 and a 3-pointer will tie it.
But Peckinpah carried it, so the Mavericks give it right back, and that's their 5th error as we're just about a minute into this second quarter.
Got 1 score to pass along right now. Over at the Twin Lakes sectional, Rensselaer is leading Twin Lakes 35-32, and those have been great games at Twin Lakes. Of the 4, there hasn't been a winner, I don't think, by more than, I think 6 points might be the biggest winner so far.
Change in the backcourt for West Side. Coiner brings it up as Storm Harper has replaced Skehan. Left side, Coiner on the dribble, bumped by Williams, and Andrew called for the foul at 6:54 the second. Again, the Red Devils on top 12-9. Andrew, a bandaged elbow. He came down hard, got caught up in the air in the Carroll game. He says it's okay, but they've had that little brace on it for the last 2 games.
Works for Sean Resberg.
Yeah, most of the time. Pass to White in the corner. His jumper good. Jamie White inside the arc. Counts 2. It's a 14-9 Red Devil lead.
That's the old nobody else is open, so I might as well turn and shoot it.
And it worked. Peckinpah left side has it to Brown. Corner to Williams. Low to Breniger, and Rob Ford over sliding with him, made contact and called for the foul. Rob, interesting. In last night's ball game, had no fouls after 3 quarters. Picked up 4 in the 4th quarter against Jeff, but didn't foul out. He made it through the overtime.
When asked about the win last night, Rob Ford says, hey, we get to be on TV.
Bounce pass right to Brown. Straight up, will give it back left to Williams. He'll gun the 3. Missed it. Long rebound controlled by Kurt Williams of the Mavericks. Puts it on the floor, has it blocked, and a foul on Ford, I believe. Let's see, 2 Red Devils were there. If it's Ford, it's his 2nd. We'll wait for the indication. It's going to be number 20, Chad Moulter, instead his 1st.
Moulter going up trying to get the block shot, and there's not very, here's another look at it. There's not very many officials in the high school game. That could go either way, but there's not very many officials in the high school game that let too many block shots go by without a foul.
So Kurt Williams at the line is way short, as Kurt on the season 23 of 31, 74%. The Mavericks shoot 71% as a team. Kurt, one more opportunity. The 6'3" senior flies it and misses it, and the rebound to Moulter. So Remains 14-9 in favor of the Red Devils. 6:20 and counting second quarter.
Tough free throw shooting for both teams. I think we've only got one free throw so far. 1 out of 4 or 5, something like that.
Ford right corner. Puts it on the floor. Biggest man on the West Lafayette roster. Cross to Coiner, high pass, but deflection controls. And now McCutcheon's tightened up their man-to-man a little, starting to bother the Red Devils. Outside Ford, poked away by Brown, and Travis called for the foul. And then kind of hooked up with Ford there, and the official has to separate him.
I don't know that you want to mess with Rob Ford. He's a stout boy down there, and don't want to get him riled up.
Dan Skean comes back. Coiner gets a breather. We say Dave Wood doesn't go real deep into that bench, and so he'll try and one by one rest those regulars for a minute or two, and then I'm sure Coiner will come right back.
In the past, West Lafayette has kind of been out of control in the past few years, and this is a team that's a little more under control.
Wide misses in the lane. Brinegar the rebound. Right sides to Brown. Brings it out to Williams. Right back to Brown. Travis in the corner had the shot, wouldn't take it. Low to Brinegar instead. Turnaround off the glass and rolling out. Tapped up, no. Tapped, good. And I believe Kurt Williams will get credit for the bucket. There he is, 14.
Kurt Williams playing nice off the bench. And that's what Brinegar needs to do. He needs to establish himself a little bit more. We got 5.5 minutes left, and we haven't called his name too many times.
Yeah, they credit the bucket to Williams, rightfully so. White misses in the lane. Tapped up Ford, no. Rebound Ford up and good, and he's fouled. It'll count. Rob Ford at the line, a chance for the three-point play.
Take a look at that shot by Rob Ford. He took the contact and threw it up, and that's what you need to do when you feel contact. Here's a look at it. He comes off, he fights up underneath to get the rebound. He has 5 rebounds so far in the first half, and then watch him throw it up there and gets it to go, and then he gets a chance for a free throw, and that's what you want to do, throw the ball up. You never know. And there's his dad, Bob Ford, looking on. Proud of his son, Rob, right now. He's got 6 points, trying to make it 7.
Coiner back into the ball game after a brief respite as Storm Harper sits down. Rob Ford. Free try is no good, and the rebound goes to McCutcheon's Travis Brown, so it remains 16-11 in favor of West Lafayette. 5:10 left till halftime. Brown with it, front court. Pass goes right to Williams. It's pass out high, Remsburg.
West Lafayette in a box and one. Moulter chasing Peckinpah around.
Brown's three won't go. Rims long, and the Mavs control it. Low to Peckinpah. Lean in shot good. Chad so good with that little slide maneuver in midair, and he avoids the contact. Team within 3 on the drive. Ski and lost the ball. Williams ahead to Brinegar on the drive. Williams trying to catch him. Nope. Fouls him. Brinegar gets the lay-in. That's one of those situations you either cream the guy or you let him go, and you don't want to condone anybody getting creamed because you don't want to see anybody get hurt. But you gotta, if you're going to foul him, you got to make sure they don't get the shot off.
Brinegar's a big, strong guy. He's going to take it in, and you're not going to slap the ball away from him. See, he just pulls it away from him, almost asking Buddy Williams, try to foul me, puts it up, gets the hoop and the foul, and it's a tough decision on Buddy Williams' part because you have to try it.
So a chance to tie it now for Brinegar as he goes to the free throw line. Chad, 66% shooter, 43 of 65 on the season. And McCutcheon has tightened up their man-to-man. I think Westside has kind of gotten away a little from their game plan, Mike. They haven't quite been as patient with the ball the last couple of times, and it's hurt Brinegar up there now to shoot the free throw. Foul, by the way, on Williams. His first free try is missed, and the rebound goes to West Lafayette Stuart Blackwell, 6'4" sophomore, who's checked into the ball game, giving Ford a breather. Here's Skiing with it front court, hawked by Brown. High to Blackwell.
McCutcheon in its man-to-man. You need to try to set screens, get the ball out. You can't get bunched up in one area. You need to try to set some screens and get some open shots.
Skiing heads left on the dribble, almost lost it as he bumped with Coiner a moment ago. Buddy Williams did travel. Buddy caught it and then kind of in the midst of a little slide step maneuver, and right back to McCutcheon. The Mavericks have a chance for their first lead with 4:12 left first half.
West Lafayette 7th turnover. They have 4 turnovers in the first 4 minutes of this second quarter.
Lob right side to Williams. Head of the key, Brown lob inside Johnson, intercepted by Blackwell. So here come the Red Devils the other way.
Good idea. Jimmy Johnson's the biggest guy inside there, but couldn't get the ball into him.
Skiing right side Williams. Left side White. Maybe he hasn't had a lot of shots this first half. On the drive, pulls up at Brinegar in the air, gives it up to Coiner. Puts it on the floor, having trouble finding a shot. Reverses out to Skian. Now the Red Devils showing the patience that got him the early lead. Right side on the dribble.
They seem a little tentative when they get down low to put a shot up.
Here's Williams, shot up, no, and the rebound Brinegar. Up the right side, the Mavericks another chance to go in front. Pass left to Peckinpah, outside Brown, straight up, fires at three, no good. Rebound goes to Blackwell, Johnson picks it up, missed the shot, tapped in by Brinegar. Blackwell had the rebound, tried to slap it between his hands, and ended up right in the hands of a Maverick, and McCutcheon's in front 17-16.
First lead of the game, and look what happened.
Peckinpah with the steal and the lay-in.
West Lafayette going to call a timeout. You don't want to lose what you've done so far in the first 10.5 minutes of the game.
2:55 left till halftime. It's now McCutcheon 19 and West Lafayette 16.
Hi, I'm J.R. Worman for J.R. Worman Automobiles. And when most people think of investments, they think of stocks and bonds. But here at J.R. Worman's, we think of automobiles. And here are 3 reasons why. Over 150 quality pre-owned vehicles. Most vehicles qualify for a 1-year service policy and more financing alternatives than anyone in the state. So invest your money where you'll get your best return.
J.R. Worman Automobiles, home of guaranteed financing.
They're typing it in.
19-16, McCutcheon, a run here late in the half, 2:55 left to go. Peckinpah off the steal, and Chad's got an easy one there, and boy, up quickly. Dave Wood wanted timeout. You could see him there in the background. He obviously knew it was slipping away.
And McCutcheon is so explosive, and they've been kind of lulled a little bit by West Lafayette's deliberate offense, but you can see the explosiveness. We said Chad Brinegar needs to get into it. He's come up with 4 points in the last couple of minutes, and that's what's really helped McCutcheon get the lead.
And what the Mavericks do so well, full court pressure now. They're really going to go for the jugular. Ford back in, has it. Skian. Red Devils got to hurry. Skian on the pass, lead ahead. They've got it. Coiner now 3-on-2 in the lane. Coiner shovel shot up and rims off. No good. Peckinpah the rebound.
Jimmy Johnson didn't exactly play that textbook style, but he got away with it.
Williams in the corner, high to Johnson. Free throw line, lean in, good. 21-16 now. McCutcheon on a run.
You can kind of see the McCutcheon team we kind of thought would show up, showing up here the final 3 minutes of this first half.
Lead ahead, Moulter's got it in the corner. Lean in shot won't go, and suddenly Westside getting the shots are just not falling. Lead ahead to Brinegar on a wing. Lean in shot is short. Rebound though, Brinegar back up and good. And just like that, McCutcheon has a 7-point lead. Dave Wood wants another timeout with 2 minutes and 6 seconds to go till halftime. Let's keep it right here as, boy, McCutcheon finally catching fire, and the McCutcheon fans, I think, realizing that this is a team they paid to show up and see.
I think on West Lafayette's side, they've played so well, so deliberate, and then they kind of got into McCutcheon's style of basketball, and there's not a lot they could do. Jimmy Johnson goes to the outside, and when a guy 6'7" is going to knock down that 15-footer, it's going to be tough for anybody to guard him, much less Rob Ford, who just can't do a whole lot at 6'3". He's giving away 4 inches.
Here's Brinegar inside, missed the short shot, but watch him get his own rebound right there. Didn't get boxed out at all. Peckinpah was there had he not gotten it, and that's where we stand at 23-16. You know, Westside taking the same kind of shots they did early, really. I don't think a lot's changed, except suddenly things aren't falling.
Suddenly you're a little bit more nervous when you throw it up because you're playing at a little bit faster pace. Your heart's beating just a little bit more. We got a couple of scores after 3 quarters at Twin Lakes. Rensselaer has a 9-point lead at 47-38, and at Lebanon, North Montgomery and Zionsville are tied at 39 after 3 quarters, heading to 4th. That looks like a pretty good one there in Lebanon.
Westside will inbound up near half court. Moulter brings it into Dan Skian. Down on 2 minutes left to go first half, and McCutcheon's lead is 7. Skian, head of the key. Moulter starts right side, reverses back left to Wida. Left corner Skian on the cut around Ford, gets a shot up off the glass, too hard, rebound to Peckinpah. Chad out, filling the lanes, stops head of the key, free for a moment, won't take the shot out to Brown. They'll set the offense. Pass goes right to Williams, right corner Peckinpah. Reverses now to Remsburg. Left side, Williams will try the three and hit it. Suddenly the Mavs have really started to drill him.
What can you do? You're kind of in his face for the most part. McCutcheon shooting at a 57% clip for this quarter, and that pressure's starting to get to West Lafayette a little bit.
They had trouble with it last night, and they burn another timeout. Dave Wood can't afford to let this thing get any further out of hand, and he can't just play it till halftime. So 26-16 as we keep it right here. A shot of Peckinpah and company. As we mentioned on the replay, you see Williams just stepping up and hitting it. That's, you know, on the reverse side, we talk about West Side not necessarily getting bad shots or just not falling. Suddenly, shots that weren't going in the first quarter for McCutcheon are starting to roll.
And then the young players out there like to see what Kurt Williams did. He got the ball and he was squared up to the goal. Too many kids get the ball and try to throw it up there, and on a three-point shot, it's more form than anything else that's going to get that to knock down. A nice-looking shot by Kurt Williams.
Experienced McCutcheon group. This gang is used to getting to the championship ball game. West Side, it's a little newer to their group. They've had some lean years, of course, in recent times since their last sectional title in '89. And so you've got a young, inexperienced group here who hasn't won a lot of ball games this year. When they see the pressure, it happened late in the Jeff ball game last night in regulation. They've had their problems, and it's starting to continue to be a problem here this evening.
Right now, McCutcheon's on a 15-0 run, and that was one thing that we alluded to. You can't let McCutcheon get into its game, and that's what's happened so far. And now, all of a sudden, West Lafayette finds itself down 10.
McCutcheon's really tightened up their defense, too, and after a few shots fall, the confidence comes in and starting to gamble and maybe step in the passing lanes. And Coiner on the turnaround finally gets one to fall for West Side. That ends a long drought for them. 26-18, 55 seconds left in the half. Wing right side, Peckinpah. In the corner, Williams. Now Peckinpah. Bounce pass low, Brinegar. Muscles the shot up and good off the glass.
What can you do about that? Chad Brinegar has 8 points in this quarter, and it's no wonder that they're up 10 right now.
28-18, Coiner off the wing, bombs the three, off iron, won't go. Rebound West Side. Moulter will bring it outside to teammate Ford, try to pass it off. Ball comes loose, poked away by Peckinpah, and a jump ball call.
You like that hustle out there, but you can see right now that as a whole, the 5 players for West Lafayette aren't as quick as the 5 for McCutcheon. And, you know, like we've said before, it might have been a matter of time before McCutcheon got control of this game. But you kind of hate to see that for West Lafayette playing so well in this first half.
Two totally different teams, as McCutcheon loves to play in a frenzy like this. This is their ball game. They've been doing this for 3 or 4 years. West Side wants the more patterned offense, and especially with the young guys here, they'd like to walk it up and pass it around the perimeter. That was the first quarter game. McCutcheon, that's a little foreign to them. They don't like that. They were a little antsy. Now it's McCutcheon's style, and the Red Devils are having trouble adjusting.
Well, as we saw, McCutcheon didn't shoot too well in the first quarter, but they've really picked it up in the second quarter. When they start hitting their shots, it's hard for any team in the state to stop them.
16 seconds played for the last shot. Williams left corner, Peckinpah. McCutcheon lead is 10, down to 10 seconds. Brown goes right on Moulter, spins it back left, comes left to Peckinpah with 6, bombs the 3, missed it. Rebound goes to Brinegar with 2, head fake back up and short, but he's fouled with 1 second to go in the quarter.
Well, West Lafayette got what it wanted on the defensive end, a stop of sorts, but Chad Brinegar's too tough. There's just nobody inside for West Lafayette besides Rob Ford that can put a body on him. He just muscles his way in, gets the ball, puts a fake on him, goes up, gets 2 guys in the air. Look at the strength. He still had a chance to put that ball up and in. Lucky for West Side, the ball didn't fall.
Been a problem for the Devils all year, giving up the second shots because, like you say, they really play with 4 guards and Rob Ford. Rob's the only legitimate post player that has been out there, and he comes out of the ball game now, replaced by Blackwell, but they just don't have much size and now starting to give up second and third opportunities.
Earlier in the season, Chad Brinegar with McCutcheon kind of didn't know what to do with them coming in from Avon as a transfer, but once he picked up his game, I think it was about the Maryville tournament, he picked it up a little bit. You really saw McCutcheon get in sync offensively.
Brinegar hits the first. We'll have one more. Team up by 11, can make it 12, and does. Red Devils with 1 second to go. Will they fire it down the floor? No, to Skean, and then he does, and it's wide right.
We've reached halftime here at the Lafayette Sectional in the championship ball game. At intermission, all McCutcheon in that second quarter, and the Mavericks lead the West Lafayette Red Devils 30-18.
There's only one Bob Rohrman.
How about this, Bob?
George, that's
Not low enough.
Then how about this?
George, it's the price that's
Not low enough.
all this month. We're going lowest on all new 95 Toyotas, Hondas, Jeeps and Eagles, Lincolns, Mercurys, Subarus, Mitsubishis, Hyundais, and used cars too. If you buy anywhere else, it's
Not low enough.
Discover the difference Deno Decorating can make in your home or office. We help our customers select quality cabinets, beautiful, practical flooring, colorful paints, wall coverings, and more, all to suit your personal preference and style. As factory representatives of fine home products, Deno Decorating Center offers a better savings and variety.
As a Deno customer, I can assure you that Deno's personal service can make a difference in your next home or office decorating project.
Deno Decorating Center, Lafayette or Fowler.
Okay, team, let's talk fundamentals. This is where we live. This is where we eat. This is what we play. This is what we eat after we play. This is where we play best. This is where we eat best after we play.
The proof is in the taste.
You can't get any more fundamental than that.
The Purdue Student Government presents the first annual Round Ball Classic 3-on-3 basketball tournament on April 1st and 2nd at the Lambert Fieldhouse. Ages 8 and up can participate in the largest indoor pickup tournament series in the country. Registration forms are at participating Burger King restaurants. Entries must be postmarked no later than March 21st, 1995. Proud supporters of this year's tournament are WLFI, TV18, WKHY, the Journal and Courier, and Burger King restaurants. Get your team and sign up today.
We are back at halftime. McCutcheon leading the West Lafayette Red Devils 30-18 on the strengths of a 23-6 second quarter. West Lafayette led 12-7 after one stop. McCutcheon put 23 on the board in that second period, and the Red Devils managed only 6. Westside has hit 9 of 21 shots so far, 0 of 3 from the free throw line, and have turned the ball over now 9 times. McCutcheon starting to hit from long range after a cold shooting first quarter. They're only 1 of 10 from three-point range, but 13 for 29 altogether, so a lot of second shots. And 3 of 7 at the free throw line. McCutcheon's out-rebounded the Devils 20-13, and McCutcheon with 6 turnovers. And now we'll turn things over to Mike Bridges for our halftime interview. Rex, I'm down here with a couple of coaches familiar with these two teams. Dave Worland from Central Catholic, Jeff Van Arsdale from Harrison. And so far, Dave, we'll start with you. 30-18, McCutcheon leads it. West Lafayette did some good things there in the first quarter.
Well, they really did. You know, they came out really patient on the offense, taking control of the game. I think anytime you play McCutcheon, you're going to have to try to control the tempo. And I thought West Lafayette did an excellent job of that. But I got to say, McCutcheon did a pretty darn good job, you know, putting on their press in the half court, full court, and causing especially West Lafayette guards to handle the ball and make some passes in the offense.
What did you, or is this about what you thought would happen, or did you feel like McCutcheon would come out a little bit stronger than they did?
Well, I thought McCutcheon would come out scoring in Groves early. You know, they just didn't really shoot the ball very well early. I think a lot of that had to do with West Lafayette's defense, but I think that, you know, West Lafayette did a great job of putting some pressure on the ball, and they only gave them 1 shot. So I think whenever you give a team 1 shot on the offense, you're going to be in the ball game. But obviously, again, they got a couple putbacks there against West Lafayette there in the second quarter, and I thought that when McCutcheon did their scoring there, they passed the ball extremely well.
Let's turn over here to Jeff Van Arsdale. Your Harrison Raiders played McCutcheon 2 good games this year. What can West Lafayette do in the second half, you think, to stay in this game?
Well, I think one of the things Westside's going to have to do is be able to handle the pressure. I think McCutcheon's really going to turn the pressure up, and that's what they're very good at. They play a lot of different defenses, a lot of them very well, and they have guards, Chad Peckinpah in the front of a lot of things, long arms, and so I think they'll look to see them put up the pressure, and Westside's going to have to handle that pressure. And then they're going to have to continue to try to control the tempo. You know, they really controlled 12 out of 16 minutes of that first half, and they're down 12. So they're going to have to try to limit McCutcheon to one shot, as Dave said, and hope that McCutcheon goes back to shooting poorly like they did early on.
Are you surprised at this West Lafayette team? Are they better than when you played them?
Well, you know, I think Dave's got things going in the right direction, and they've played hard. And when you play hard and lay it on the line, good things can happen. And I think Dave should be real proud of his kids.
What do you expect to see in the second half?
Well, I think you're going to see McCutcheon really go after him full court. And, you know, Westside's going to have to take care of it. And hopefully McCutcheon, from Westside's perspective, hopefully McCutcheon doesn't hit the basket. If they do, I think you're going to see McCutcheon a big winner.
All right, thanks, guys, for joining me here at halftime. When we come back, we've had a big basketball season. We'll take a look at the best plays from this last year.
As with any successful program, the secret is no secret. It's good people working as a team. Lafayette Office Supply for over 35 years has been the office professionals, the go-to team when you need assistance and services to design and furnish your office. From the office in the home to corporate headquarters, Lafayette Office Supply is Central Indiana's traditional leader in office needs. Trust your office furnishings, supplies, copiers, and fax to the professionals at Lafayette Office Supply downtown. If you're responsible for your office and industry's computer system, look to Lafayette Electronic Supply for all your networking needs. We have the most complete selection of wire and cable, including the latest computer cable category 5 for LAN. We stock what you need in thin net, Ethernet, SCSI cables, and associated accessories. Stop in. You don't need the buzzwords or technology. If you know us, we can help.
Lafayette Electronic Supply, we've got it now.
Cancer research takes many different forms. One unique program at Purdue is the Veterinary Oncology Program. Several months ago, Shayna was examined by veterinarians at the Purdue University School of Veterinary Medicine. Over 1,000 pet dogs and cats with cancer are examined at Purdue each year. Many of them, like Shayna, can be treated successfully. Information learned from treating pet animals generates new ideas for treating human cancer. In the Purdue Veterinary Oncology Program, pets with cancer are helping people with cancer.
Welcome back to the Crawley Center. We're at halftime of the Lafayette Sectional. McCutcheon on top of West Lafayette. We have a little feature here for you, what we would like to show you from this past basketball season. We've had a lot of memories. Here's what we'll show you as the best of this last basketball season. We start the best with game-winning shots. On December 9th, West Lafayette taking on Crawfordsville. The game's tied at 53. Brian Lynn misses for Crawfordsville, but Chris Cotton gets it back and hits his only bucket of the game, a one-hander, and the Athenians escape 55-53. On January 6th, Twin Lakes leads BC by 2 when Kyle Musser bails out the Bison. One week later, Crawfordsville and Jeff are tied at 66 when the Broncos' Adam Dykusen hits the one-hander, and Jeff beats Crawfordsville 68-66. On February 17th, Delphi travels to West Lafayette. The Red Devils' Steve Pointer misses the free throw, and Delphi has one last chance, trailing by 1. Travis Ellison drives the lane and hits the game winner. Now let's take a look at some of the great games. On February 17th, McCutcheon and Harrison met for the Hoosier Conference title, and the Mavericks held the lead into the second half. But Harrison got a tremendous effort from Jeff Spann. He came up with 41 points in the game, and the Raiders trailed by 2 late. Spann can't get the jumper to fall down, but Andy Lee comes up with the rebound to send the game to overtime, where Spann finds Josh Whitman for the game winner. And the Raiders win 81-80 in overtime. On February 10th, BC and McCutcheon met. And the Bison's Caleb Dimmick hits the long three-pointer, and BC was in command late. But the Mavericks wouldn't fall at home. Ben Anderson is blocked by Travis Brown over to Chad Peckinpah, who had a big second half. He makes the nice move, goes to the bucket, and gets the foul, and the game is close. Travis Brown found himself at the free throw line with no time left. He hit 2 free throws to send the game to overtime, hit 2 more to send it to double overtime, where he comes up with 1 free throw as McCutcheon escapes 83-82 and double overtime. And just Tuesday night in the Twin Lakes sectional, Tri-County taking on the host Indians. And Twin Lakes took a 3-point lead late in the game and looked like they had it in their arms when Tri-County's Adam Benner knocks down the 3-pointer to send the game to overtime. The Cavaliers grabbed a 4-point lead in the extra frame, but Brandon Hazelby came up with 2 tough jumpers late to send the game to double overtime. And with the game tied at 62 with under 5 seconds to go, Shane Franks rescues Twin Lakes 64-62. Of course, Twin Lakes had 2 more good games last night. Shane Franks had a career high and school record 47 points. Right now, that's been the best sectional. Well, stay tuned for the live broadcast here from Lafayette, Jeff, as McCutcheon leads 30-18, and we'll be back with the second half after this.
Don't miss the gigantic art sale this Sunday only. Hundreds and hundreds of oil paintings from several Midwest galleries have been moved to Lafayette and Kokomo for a fantastic one-day closeout sale. Choose from a huge selection. Most paintings are priced under $39. Absolutely nothing is over $49. That's this Sunday only, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at Lafayette's Radisson Inn, formerly Howard Johnson's, and at the Kokomo Ramada Inn. Don't miss this sale.
Wheel of Fortune is a very good game. Spin the wheel, bring the family. Everybody can play. Pat and Vanna will show you the way. Wheel of Fortune is America's game. America's game. Oh yeah. Wheel of Fortune is America's game.
Wheel of Fortune, weekdays at 7 on TV-18.
Like a member of the family, we stay in touch with you, taking part in all the things you do. The heart and soul of our community, committed to do whatever it takes. We're TV-18, and you make us great. Good news from good people, great shows from the best. Good friends, good neighbors, as good as it gets. At home, at work, at play, caring, sharing every day. A vision for tomorrow, a spirit of success. We're TV-18. You make us the best. You make us the best.
Welcome back to the Crawley Center at halftime. I'm Rex Troppin along with Mike Bridges, our stat man Dan Yeoman. The McCutcheon Mavericks lead at 30-18 after 2 quarters of play, and the strength of that 23-6 second quarter. All McCutcheon in the quarter, keyed by Chad Brenniger, as we see the Mavericks playing the perimeter game, but Brenniger has been the cleanup guy inside. Here takes it strong to the hoop. No head fake. He just goes strong to the glass, leads McCutcheon with 10 points here at intermission. As statistically, West Lafayette, as we mentioned, the Red Devils 9 of 21 from the field and 0 of 3 at the free throw line. So shooting good early, but not so well in that second quarter play when they managed just 6 points. McCutcheon 13 of 29 from the field, 3 of 7 at the free throw line. You see the edge in rebounding for McCutcheon, and they got a lot of rebounds in the second quarter of play, really dominated the boards. 9 turnovers for the Red Devils and 6 for the Mavericks. But a good start for West Lafayette. The Red Devils trying to hang in as Rob Ford hits the turnaround.
Ford was big early on. He had 6 points in that first half, playing well. He gets the nice throw shot to go and the foul, but later on in the half, you never heard his name called again as West Lafayette kind of went away from Ford and couldn't really get any good shots there at the last probably 4 or 5 minutes of the first half.
So Ford leads the Red Devils with 6 points. By the way, Jeff Spann won the slam dunk competition from Harrison. CC's Matt Metzger, the three-point shooting competition from, of course, as I say, Central Catholic. So ready for second half action when we come back. At halftime, McCutcheon leading West Lafayette 30-18.
Now from Lafayette Office Supply, your traditional leader in professional office planning for over 35 years, we're proud to offer you the complete line of Minolta copiers and fax machines. As your authorized franchise dealer for Minolta, our factory-trained technicians can handle all your service needs. Stop in today and see Minolta's revolutionary CS Pro Series copiers. Minolta at Lafayette Office Supply. Trust your office to the professionals at Lafayette Office Supply, 6th and Ferry, downtown.
You can give baby booties and a fuzzy big bear, blankets and bottles and a guard for the stair, cradles and rattles and a special high chair, but give him home hospital and their special care. Buy lots of diapers and cute little clothes, a bow for her hair, shoes for his toes. But a good start in life is the best you can do for a person so small, so helpless, so new. And the best part of all, it's best for mom, too.
Home hospital, at the heart of healthcare.
We're back at the Crawley Center, 30-18, McCutcheon leading it. A couple of finals to pass along from the Lebanon sectional. Zionsville nips North Montgomery 52-50. And from the women's Big Ten tournament, I would say a shocker. Ohio State over Purdue 72-59. That breaks the Boilermakers' 10-game winning streak. And now they will be done until the tournament starts. For Purdue will.
Quite an effort for the Buckeyes to win 2 games in as many nights. As we get back to action here, 30-18, all McCutcheon in that second quarter on the strength of a 23-6 run, and see if the Red Devils have another plan, because McCutcheon counted it, and now it's time for Dave Wood and company to go to plan B. See if they've got one that'll work. Skiing outside, Coiner. Same 5 for each team that started the ball game on the floor to start the second half. Coiner kicks it off to Skian outside Moulter, and Westside looks like they're starting the second half the way they did the first with that perimeter passing game. Skian's got it high. Dan on the drive, forces up the shot, good.
Well, I'm sure at halftime Dave Wood told the guys we played better in that first part of the first half when we were under control. When we got out of control, that's when we lost the lead.
Here are the Mavericks now. Johnson, Peckinpah. Brinegar out of the corner, comes up short. Rebound though to Johnson. Another second try. It's short, but he's fouled. So again, the Mavericks dominating the boards here since the say first 4 or 5 minutes of the ball game.
That's going to be a concern for West Lafayette. You can see Brinegar's got a good look at the basket, can't come up with it. Jimmy Johnson comes up with the rebound, gets himself under control and gets the contact, puts it up, doesn't get it to fall, but gets a foul on Rob Ford, and if he gets very many more fouls, get it out. That was actually on Chad Moulter, excuse me.
That's his second. Johnson getting the roll. He'll have one more opportunity. 31-20 now. McCutcheon's lead 11. 51 seconds into the second half. Another try for Johnson. Rolls good. So 32-20, and the Red Devils see the full court pressure. White inbounds. Coiner up to half court. Past the timeline. Lead up to Moulter. High to White. Reverses left side. That's Coiner. Bombs out of the corner and hits. That's a 3. And it's a 32-23 McCutcheon advantage.
That was a nice offensive set for West Lafayette.
First 3-point attempt by Coiner. Brown on the drive. Traveled. Travis wanted to go inside. Changed his mind as that passing lane closed up at the last second. And he tried to shift over to plan B, but shuffling the pivot foot.
Usually doesn't work too well. When your first look doesn't happen, a lot of times you get into trouble when you go to look number 2.
Ski in front court, holds up now to Coiner, wing right. Needs movement out of his teammates. Ford on a wing. Right corner, White. Jamie, Red Devils having trouble getting open on the drive. Reverses left, Coiner, free throw line pull-up is good. He's hit 2 in a row. Of course, a 2 makes it 32-25 now. The Red Devils creep within 7. Gets the Red Devil fans up. Wing right side. Williams reverses to Peckinpah. Outside Brown, pass low for Brenniger, deflected away. Ball comes loose, but Brown picks it up. Chad Peckinpah out between the rings. West Side changing defenses again. 1-3-1 employed. Johnson's turnaround won't go. Peckinpah, another second chance though. Up, no. And the rebound to Coiner. Swings the elbows, and Rick Peckinpah going to yank his jacket off on that one. Here's Skiing with it front court.
I'm not sure if you like Jimmy Johnson's shot on that play.
White is up and no good. Brown yanks down the rebound, and Dave Woods maybe not happy that they shot a little too quickly. Left side, Brenniger short. Rebound West Side. The Red Devils doing a better job on the boards. Skiing bumped by Brown, picked up by Moulter. He'll run it up. Wing right side to Coiner. Pass in the lane, White, a head fake, brings it out. Coiner head fake, drives, sets up Ski, and he'll bomb the three short, and the rebound to Williams.
That's a good look for at the basket by Ski, and just a little short, and it was a little flat. Even if it got up there, it would have been like a bullet going through there.
Peckinpah, wing right, out of Brown, left side Williams. Bounce pass inside, intercepted by Moulter. Chad stepping in, so both teams struggling offensively here. A little lull, 3 minutes into the half. White holds it high. Mavericks sag back in their man-to-man, really because the West Side players standing around a bit down there. Skiing, backs it in on Brown. Looks low. Nobody to give it to. Needs help. Ball knocked away, and a scramble in the corner. Ford after it, Brown after it. And official finally gives us a signal. It'll be retained by the Red Devils.
When a player gets in trouble like that, his teammates have to come back to him and get the ball, and none of the Red Devils would go back to it, and he got in trouble, and lucky they didn't turn it over. Travis Brown almost yanked it out of there.
Maybe fatigue starting to creep in a bit. Inbounds. Nice head fake by Coiner to get the shot, and then he hits it. 32-27, and nice little run going here for the Red Devils. They're within 5. 4:27 to go in the quarter.
Coiner's got 11 points so far.
Brown out high, half of them this quarter. Jumper Peckinpah rims out, tapped up, no. Brenniger, and the foul over the back against Chad Brenniger, trying to get a second try. And suddenly the West Lafayette fans up and active now as their team a chance here to draw within 3.
West Lafayette did a good job getting Johnson and Brenniger off the boards. Brenniger went over the back, tried to get his leaping ability in there, but he had too much body on the back.
No doubt about that one. Forecourt past the timeline, almost a steal. Ski in controls, wing right side. Coiner, who's been on fire. Remsburg draws that defensive assignment. Low to Ford, reverse pass. Ski and wasn't there, goes and retrieves. Outside Moulter rims it out, no good. And the rebound to Peckinpah. The foul will go against West Side. Dave Wood again got a Red Devil open. Shot just wouldn't fall.
It's a tough shot. He wasn't sure if he wanted to take the 3 or the 2, so he elected for the 2. But you saw when Rob Ford got the ball, if Skian had taken a good look at the basket, went in for the layup, he could have had it. Here's another look. Moulter, the ball's just a little bit short. Rob Ford couldn't get in for rebounding position and picks up the foul.
And picks up his 3rd foul. Timeout on the floor with 3:57 to go in the 3rd. It's McCutcheon by 5.
We'll live up at ISU. We'll live up to your potential at Indiana State University. The choices are all yours. Your future's ahead of you. Experience your life at ISU. We'll live up at ISU. We'll live up to your potential at Indiana State University.
32-27 in favor of McCutcheon, but the Red Devils back in the ball game here and doing it on the shooting of Steve Coiner, who has 7 of his 11 this quarter. He hits the 3 out of the corner, and Westside's had a couple of good looks even since then. Just haven't been able to get the shots to fall, but they are within 5 points, and who would have guessed that, considering the matchup earlier this season and how McCutcheon won by, what, 54 points.
Exactly. West Lafayette obviously learned from that loss, and they've come back and had a good game plan. Dave Wood stuck to it, and the guys have played patient and deliberate, and it's paid off, and they're only down 5, and they have a real shot at this championship.
Look for the Mavericks now with Rob Ford in foul trouble to take it inside. Right side, it's Peckinpah. Remsburg in the corner. High now to Johnson. His pull-up good. Jimmy Johnson, free throw line pull-up, and it's a 34-27 Maverick lead.
Rob Ford's hands are kind of tied in his foul problems. He can't be real aggressive toward Johnson.
Front court Skian, left side Whita. Outside it's Skian. On the cut, Moulter down into the corner, reverses outside Skian. Left side Whita pulls it up and missed it again. A good look, but wouldn't fall, and then McCutcheon yanks down the rebound. Brown with it, front court, left side Peckinpah. Chad will come right now to Brown, left to Chad. Pull the trigger. Peckinpah's been more of a setup man tonight than a shoot-it-up guy. He was 2 of 12 last night, but hit 14 to 15 free throws and finished with 20. Remsburg, Brown. Now Peckinpah going to gun the three here. Missed it. Long rebound in the corner. Goes to White. Chad, shooting problems go back to last year's sectional and regional on this floor. He did not shoot well at all, and from the field last night didn't shoot well either. And so far tonight, well, jury's still out. He's been hot and cold. Skiing in the corner. Coiner on a wing. 2:30 left to go in the quarter. Turnaround White won't go. A little bit of a wild shot. Johnson saves the rebound to Peckinpah. West Side fans thought he was out of bounds.
I'm not sure White knew how close he was to the backboard because he threw the ball and almost went through the backboard.
Breniger has a three roll in and out, and the rebound goes to Ford of West Side. Here's Skiing with it with 2:15 to go in the period. On the attack, left to Ford. Rob with a head fake. Got to get out of the lane now. Wing pass deflected out of bounds. There's the quick hands of Chad Peckinpah again.
He's made a few steals tonight, got some layups here. He just gets the ball out of bounds, and McCutcheon will be able to set up its defense. But it also helps West Lafayette. They can settle down a little bit and get an offensive set.
And, you know, I think maybe the fatigue's starting to set in. We say West Side doesn't use the bench a lot. I think Dave Wood realizes he's got to get some guys a little bit of time off now. And so 3 substitutions. Williams, Harper, and Blackwell all check in.
One final to pass along from Twin Lakes. Rensselaer beat the Indians 66-61, so Twin Lakes will not repeat as sectional champions.
And the Bombers will be here next week in the regional. Outside, Coiner, Storm Harper with it now for West Side. Ball kicked by Andrew Williams, who's come in for McCutcheon. Won't see Whita, Ford, and Moulter out of there very long, I don't think, but enough to catch a breather maybe for the remainder here, the final minute 45 of the quarter.
West Lafayette only down 7. Coiner wide open for the 3. Oh.
In and out. Boy, that was halfway down, rattled the cage, popped out of there, and a rebounding call going to go against West Lafayette.
Buddy Williams picks up the foul, and he's slashing in there with his athletic ability, but here's the shot. Coiner can't come up with it. Buddy Williams right there trying to come over the back of Jimmy Johnson and can't get the rebound and gets the foul, so he gets both of the bad parts of that call.
Yeah, he was on the back. Breniger loaded. Johnson can't handle the pass, and then a foul call on Coiner. So Johnson, nice high-low situation there. Breniger, the little touch pass to Johnson, couldn't handle it, but Coiner called for the foul, his second. Here's Whita right back in the ballgame as Blackwell goes out.
Well, if you get a down-low shot, you can see that Jimmy Johnson's almost a head taller than any West Lafayette player, so McCutcheon has a big advantage inside, and let's see if they can take advantage of it.
Brown inbounds, low to Breniger. Pull up off the inbound is way long. Contact, but no foul call. And here come the Red Devils the other way. Minute 20 to go. On the attack, Skiing used up the dribble on a wing. Coiner being hawked by Remsburg over there. Outside with the basketball now. Number 12, Skiing, Coiner. Skiing gets it back, whistles away from the ball, and a foul will be called down low against West Lafayette. Blocking call, it might be Coiner again. It is his third.
West Lafayette runs a very intricate offense where they hold the ball out on one of the wings, and then they have 3 guys intertwining almost inside the lane to try to get open. And in that instance, Coiner went down, tried to set a screen. His player wasn't there, so he went looking for him, and that's a moving screen usually.
Dave Wood going to roll the dice with a minute 6 to go in the third here. Back into the ballgame, Rob Ford with 3 personals replaces Coiner, who just got his third. Minute 3 left, clock running down. Remsburg front court off the pass. McCutcheon's lead is 7. Pass down low for Breniger. Ball is kicked. They try to protect Ford. You see Skiing sagging back in was the guy who actually kicked that ball because, you know, if Breniger gets it down low, it's going to make it difficult for Robbie in that foul trouble he is. Outside Williams with it. Comes right side Remsburg. Now Peckinpah. High to Remsburg. He'll gun the three. Short. Rebound, though. Brinegar head fake back up and no good. Rebound, Brinegar again. Head fake. No good, and he's fouled. Buddy Williams. 3 tries there for the McCutcheon Mavericks. 2 by Brinegar, who's doing a great job on those offensive boards.
Well, Buddy Williams went out and tried to block the shot. Look how high he is. But you see when the ball goes up, nobody touches Brinegar. He gets his own rebound. And who's there? Buddy Williams again. There's 3 Red Devils down low, and none of them get a body on Brinegar. And you have to with Chad Brinegar.
Yeah, and Buddy's got to stop going for those head fakes, too. Brinegar's free try good. 35-27 now as McCutcheon, their lead up to 8. Nobody had scored in a while. 41 seconds to go in the quarters. I think both teams plumb tuckered out at this point. Need a breather here at the end of the quarter.
West Lafayette surely is. They've played a tough game last night, and then they have another tough one tonight with McCutcheon. Not very deep, as we've said throughout the broadcast. And it's really a chess game right now for Dave Wood to put his players here and there to get the most out of them.
You know, they played a lot more games than anybody else in February, too, around here. They played 7. Most teams play 4 or 5. 40 seconds to go after the free throw. 36-27. McCutcheon's lead up to 9. Skiing ahead to Coiner, who's right back in there. Steve holds to Skiing, 28 seconds. The sophomore, 5'8", 155-pounder. Runs the West Lafayette offense. Whita with 20 seconds. Gives it up to Williams. Coiner free for a second. Wouldn't take the shot. Outside Skiing with 13. Moves on Peckinpah with 10. Brings it back right. Chad gambles on the steal. High to Ford. Head fake. Drives the lane. Lean in. Bank off the glass. Rim's good. 36-29 with 3 seconds. Mavericks have trouble getting it in, and they will not. Ball came loose, and Chad Brinegar couldn't retrieve after 3. Still a ball game as McCutcheon on top, 36-29.
If you're responsible for your office and industry's computer system, look to Lafayette Electronic Supply for all your networking needs. We have the most complete selection of wire and cable, including the latest computer cable category 5 for LAN. We stock what you need in thin net, Ethernet, SCSI cables, and associated accessories. Stop in. You don't need the buzzwords or technology. If you know us, we can help.
Lafayette Electronic Supply, we've got it now.
At Build-A-Fowl, we have everything it takes when it comes to selection, to deals, to easy lease plans. Come out, check out the spectacular Geo Prism. Once you get to know Prism and its quiet, comfortable ride for 5 passengers, the safety of dual airbags and 4-wheel anti-lock brakes, you'll know Prism's for you. You can smart lease Prism for only $199 per month on a 36-month plan with just $500 down cash or equity. Check out Prism and all the lease details now at DeFow, Lafayette.
36-29 as we head to the final 8 minutes. Rex Trompin along with Mike Bridges and our statistician Dan Yeoman working tonight. I think a lot of people around here thought this was a real lopsided ball game, and Westside hanging tough as you see Rob Ford on the drive to close out the 3rd quarter, gets the roll, and just a 7-point McCutcheon advantage as we head to the 4th.
We have some percentages to pass along. West Lafayette shooting at a 44% clip. McCutcheon down to 35%, just 14 of 40, but they're dominating the boards. They have 30 rebounds, and West Lafayette only has 19, and West Lafayette yet to hit a free throw.
Westside outscored them by 5 that 3rd quarter also. Here's Travis Brown with it as we start the final quarter. Williams, Brown, right corner, Brinegar. Pass down low, Johnson's got it, and fouled by Jamie Whita. Whita, who, you know, is really a guard. He plays forward, but just about any other team, he'd be a guard, forced to guard the big 6'7.5" McCutcheon center.
And you would think that he would look at the official and say, you know, can you give me a little leeway here? He's 6'7", and I'm not nearly that, standing on my tippy toes.
He's got fouls to give, though, just his first.
McCutcheon was just 1 of 11 in the 3rd quarter, and lucky to still have the lead.
Johnson goes to the free throw line for McCutcheon. 75% shooter, 40-53, misses, and Westside's got the rebound. Peckinpah pokes it away, though, loose on the floor. White has got it back for Westside. Here's Skiing with it. Mavericks are relentless with that pressure. Head left side, 30 seconds into the final quarter, a 36-29 Maverick advantage. Right side, Ford plays with 3 fouls. On the drive, stops, head fake on Johnson, will bring it out. White sets his sights, can't pull the trigger to Skiing on a wing. stops and pops and hits, and it's a 2-pointer, but a 5-point McCutcheon lead was 12, remember, at halftime.
Skian did a nice job. Was open for the 3, but went for the fake and went in a little bit closer, a higher percentage shot, was able to knock it down.
On the drive, Peckinpah, the Red Devils hanging around. Still 7 minutes left. Brinegar on the head fake. Lean-in shot is no good. Long rebound, White, a foul on Brinegar, and Westside will have a chance to further chop into this McCutcheon advantage.
This just has to be a picture-perfect game for West Lafayette. Here you see Brinegar forcing the action a little bit, gets a nice look at the basket, but McCutcheon just can't get anything to fall, and you get a little frustrated. You go in after the ball, and Brinegar picks up the foul.
You know, the whole tempo, the key here in this ball game, because Westside, when they've had to run with McCutcheon in the second quarter, they've not done well. Travis Brown has a foul off the inbound, trying to poke it away from Skian. Brinegar had a good first half. We mentioned 10 points for him, but 0 of 6 from the field so far in the second half.
Here's another look. Travis Brown, great football player, goes in for the steal, doesn't get it, picks up the foul.
Back to live action. White ahead to Skian. Dan trying to get it over, splits 2 defenders, ball loose, but picked up by 4 to Molter. Left side, White. 6:40 and counting, and a foul against McCutcheon. Mavericks tighten up their man-to-man, but a little too tight that time, and I think it's going to be Chad Peckinpah, the guilty party. Yeah, Chad picking up just his first of the game.
Well, Peckinpah has to know that's going to be a foul anywhere that you play. You want to go after the ball, but you don't want to just slap in there after it, because anytime it even looks like a foul, they'll call it.
Molter will inbound low. It's White, muscles his way up and hits, and it's a 36-33 McCutcheon advantage. 6:30 to go. Brown with it stateside for the Mavericks. Holds on the dribble, right side to Williams. Andrew looks for a cutter. The middle really bottled up. Westside doing a good job sagging in. Peckinpah on the drive. Shot over Molter. No good, but draws the foul. The way Chad can move almost in midair, it's tough to defend. Molter was just right there. It almost looked like Peckinpah moved into him, but Molter gets his 3rd foul.
That's a nice play by a senior. He knows what he can do and what he can get away with. Molter, not real experience for West Lafayette, so he's doing the best he can against one of the area's best scorers. But, you know, Peckinpah leans in, draws the contact, throws up, and just lucky for West Lafayette, the ball didn't fall.
Hey, what about the Red Devils? They are playing one great game and back-to-back. 2 consecutive nights. Free try is no good by Peckinpah. Right now the Mavericks, you know, they played well for a quarter. That second quarter had the lead up to 12, but they've not been able to kick it back in gear in the second half, and right now they are obviously very concerned. Free try is good, and the Maverick lead 37-33, 6:19 left.
Broke a long scoring drought, almost 5 minutes for McCutcheon without scoring a field goal, and then they get a free throw there.
And they've only got 7 points in the second half. Red Devils get it over now. Brown steals, though, up to Williams. Here they come to Brinegar. Drives on Ford, pull up, bank good. 39-33, big bucket there. And off the inbound, Skian called for steps. So the Red Devils, just like that, give it back. And a chance for McCutcheon to further improve on their lead. Dave Wood not taking the chance, wants timeout. We'll take a break. 6:01 left to go. A 39-33 McCutcheon advantage.
Okay, sports fans, let's talk basics. This is a basketball. This is a pizza. This is where we go for great basketball. This is where we go for great pizza. Now let's review it. Basketball, pizza. Great basketball, great pizza.
The proof is in the taste.
You can't get any more basic than that.
Strange how we played alternating quarters here. Westside in the first and third were able to play their tempo of game. The second quarter advantage went to McCutcheon, and now so far here in the fourth quarter, after kind of a slow start, the Mavericks seem to be getting it back into gear.
Well, West Lafayette got its first 2 turnovers of the second half here in the fourth quarter, and this is going to be interesting here down the stretch. 6:01 left in the fourth quarter. Dave Wood called his last timeout for West Lafayette. So if the score remains tight, West Lafayette has the ball. They're just going to have to play it out.
Dave Wood just signaling to his team, we have no timeouts, just to remind everybody to don't call one, whatever you do. Peckinpah will inbound. The Mavericks run a stack off the left line. Inbounds, Brown, Williams. Brown gets it back. They'll come right to Peckinpah. Chad on the move to Williams. Brown in the corner. Mavericks have got their lead back up on the strength of their defense. Really, their offense still has been a bit stagnant. Brinegar outside, it's Brown. Left side, Williams. Head of the key, Brown. 5:40 mark. Peckinpah, free throw line pull-up is good. 41-33, and so McCutcheon has the lead back up to 8.
And you can just see that their shots are falling. The shots that didn't fall in the third quarter are falling in the fourth quarter for McCutcheon.
Skiing left to right hand, double team, gets it up to Moulter, free shot. He'll go left side to White instead. Miss, oh, ripped it good. I thought that was going to come out of there and rolled free and then dropped 41-35, and McCutcheon's lead down to 6.
James White gets the kind roll here at the Crawley Center.
5:10 remaining fourth quarter. Peckinpah in the corner, bombs the three, no good. Rebound goes to Ford, and the foul over the back, and he whistled against McCutcheon, I believe, Kurt Williams.
Ford's made his presence known in spurts. He's kind of saddled with foul trouble a little bit here. You can see off the miss, Ford almost blocks off 2 guys. Brinegar could have got called for that foul too, so lucky for McCutcheon that Brinegar didn't pick up another one.
Yeah, Larry Jones tells us it is Williams his second. And with 5:04 left, West Lafayette down 6, has the basketball. Skian needs help. Up to White. Still got to get it over. Now Buddy Williams, who's checked into the ball game, has it. Used up the dribble. Bounce pass left to Skian on the drive. Low to Ford for the layup. Blocked from behind. Dave Wood can't believe there's no foul call. Looks like Ford got hit from behind on the drive. Brinegar, lead-in shot way off. Rebound, Peckinpah, and the foul going to go against McCutcheon. So that might be the makeup call we talk about, as I think clearly at the other end, Rob Ford was bumped from behind. I don't see how it could have possibly have been all ball.
Here's the replay. Rob Ford going in. It looks like a good block. It looks like a lot of contact.
From that angle, you're right.
But the one thing with Rob Ford, he got the ball, but didn't make the move.
Yeah.
He got the ball and took his time. You can't do that. In the fourth quarter of this game, you have to take it strong.
But Westside gets it right back on the call at the other end. White Skian in the corner now, off right side to White. Red Devils got to keep their composure here. They have not been in a lot of close games. However, they were one last night, and that has to help them a little bit. But they had the lead the other night, and tonight they're playing from behind. White at turnaround won't go. Johnson the rebound, and the foul will go against Westside.
Buddy Williams in the wrong place at the wrong time. In front of Jimmy Johnson. Jimmy just takes the ball away from him, and nothing Buddy can do. You know, West Lafayette has 6 wins this year, but twice they were beaten on buzzer beaters, so they could easily have 8. Here's another look. White gets the contact, puts up a flat shot, has no chance, and there's Buddy almost slapping Jimmy Johnson in the face. Then look at him. I don't think I did anything.
Buddy had inside position, but didn't really go for the ball there. Of course, Johnson's got about 5 inches on him, and Jim Johnson at the line at the other end. 1 in the bonus. His team up 6. They try good. I think this might be where the depth of McCutcheon might really help them, because Westside again doesn't go real deep. Played last night and was forced to keep those same guys out there. Free try good by Johnson. 43-35, 4:11 left. Williams out of the ball game as Moulter comes back. Got to give Dave Wood a lot of credit though. First year as a head coach, former Purdue assistant, former assistant to Jim Hamill, beat his mentor on this same floor just last evening.
Woods brought a lot of discipline to this West Lafayette team, and the guys really respect him and they like it, and he knows that his talent level is a little bit lower than what it's been.
Skian hits the jumper, and this one isn't over yet. 43-37, 3:55 left. Front court Brown, now West Side shows some pressure. Knocked away by Moulter, out of bounds, and they're going to give the ball to McCutcheon. Good call. Dave Wood doesn't like it, has to get his assistant coaches restrained back to the bench, but I think from our angle it did go off the West Side player last. Inbounds Brown.
If nothing else, Dave Wood's fun to watch. He's a fun coach to watch.
He is. He's bringing suspenders back into vogue. Peckinpah fouled, and Moulter going to get the personal.
For West Lafayette to have a chance here, 3:43 left in the fourth quarter. For West Lafayette to have a chance, they really need to try to get Steve Pointer back in this one. I don't know if he's even had a shot here in the fourth quarter, but he needs to get in the offense because he can light it up.
Peckinpah's hit 86 of 111 on the season. A lot of free throws for Chad. 77%. He cans the first. He's been in a lot of these kind of situations down the stretch in ball games. Puts his team up by 7. Storm Harper will check in, replacing Moulter for Westside. Harper, a 6-foot senior. Another try for Chad Peckinpah, averaging just over 23 points a game. Free try is good. 45-37 again, an 8-point Maverick advantage.
You can see McCutcheon's experience as well, and that they don't look too worried right now as West Lafayette is a little shaky, I would say, at this point.
They are, but they just keep hanging in. Skiing, bounce pass low. Ford has it poked away, and a foul going to be against Brinegar. Ford will go to the line and shoot 2. And Westside, we said it a couple of times, but they are still in this ball game, and I think so much confidence just came from the ball game last night. They've got absolutely nothing to lose here. They were certainly a big underdog going in there. You see Ford with it down low, poked away. Brinegar trying to help out his teammate Johnson. Got caught with his hand in the cookie jar.
And Brinegar's been flirting with that 3rd foul for quite a while now. He's been almost on the back a couple of times. And then there's been a couple of guys been called with fouls that might have even gone his way. Here's Ford.
Free try is no good. You see that one a little bit short. Maybe a bit of the fatigue as Rob has to play a lot of minutes for this team, and down the stretch just a little short on that first one. His second one is good.
That was almost a picture perfect one. He had great form, a lot of rotation.
Dad taught him that.
Oh, sure.
45-38, 3:20 left to go. Front court it's Peckinpah, now across to Brown. Across the double team, the trap off to Chad, left corner Brinegar. Now Peckinpah's got it. Got to watch when you say Chad. There's 2 of them out there. Pass low to Brinegar. Head fake. Shot up and short. Tapped up and in, though, by Johnson. Brinegar kind of hurrying that shot. I don't think there's a West Side player that's going to go up with him. Ford sets the pick, and Travis Brown runs him down. Brown called for the personal. Travis gets up holding his right shoulder. He never saw that coming. You got to get some help from the bench or a teammate. He's hawking ski and is bringing the ball up, and Ford came out and set a monster pick, and Brown comes over to get instructions and says, Rick Peckinpah says, hey, you got to see the whole floor.
You could see that one coming about 5 times that Ford's been out front, and they've had some pretty good collisions to this point, but none like the one that just happened.
Ford at the line. It's free try good. 3rd foul, by the way, on Brown, and so with a tick under 3 minutes left, still an 8-point ball game, and Rob Ford, the senior, at about 6'3", a chance to make it 7. A little short this time. Johnson clears the rebound.
Ford has 10 points right now for West Lafayette, playing well.
2:50 left to go. An 8-point McCutcheon lead. Here's Peckinpah with it. Chad up the right side. Jump pass. Set up Brown. Not the shot to take there, so he holds off the Peckinpah on the drive. Chad shovel shot way off. Missed everything. And now the West Side fans getting on him. The Red Devils come the other way with it. 2:35 to go. A lot of time. In the corner, it's Harper. Outside skiing. Pass goes right. That's Coiner who's been silent this 4th quarter. Whita, tough shot, but he drilled it. On the move, Conzo Martin on that drive, little medium range jumper off the dribble, and he cans it. 47-41. Brown almost out of bounds, gets it front court to Brinegar. And the Mavericks in a little bit of scramble, and Rick Peckinpah wants timeout. We'll keep it here with 2:12 left to go. 47-41, and look at Rick Peckinpah, the jersey of his son Chad there, as he wanted to get his attention, and it's a little father-son conversation there that he didn't apparently want the other players to hear. Tough shot there by Whitey. He was kind of moving left to right, too, not straight towards the basket, sliding to the left, and that's probably the toughest shot in basketball to hit. But 47-41 McCutcheon advantage. Mavericks have to feel confident at this point at the 2:12 mark. But again, Mike, here are the Red Devils hanging around. The Mavericks kind of went for the jugular there, trying to put the pressure on to lengthen the lead to start this quarter, and it never really worked, although still West Side is going to have to come up with a couple of defensive stops if they're to have a chance.
West Lafayette is in a good position, only down 6 with 2:12. If they have to go to the 3-point shot, that might hurt a little bit, but White and Coiner can hit the 3-pointer. McCutcheon just needs to play under control. At times they've gotten out of control, and that's when they picked up some fouls. And if they send West Lafayette to the free throw line, you don't want to give a team a chance to come from behind with no time on the clock.
You see some money changing hands down there in that front row?
That's how we get paid.
Okay.
All the money we see, those guys come and bring it up after the game.
Well, it was all silver, so that gives you some idea. Peckinpah will inbound quarter court. 2:12 left. McCutcheon by 6. Chad, the trigger man, goes Brown backcourt. Now Skian will match up on him. West side in the man-to-man. Front court right, it's Williams. Avoids the trap to Brown. Left side, Peckinpah. Now Mavericks going to play keep away. Travis Brown, Peckinpah. Remember,
West Lafayette in a 1-3-1 trap, trying to trap out front or down in the corners, but McCutcheon knows what to do. They've got a lot of good athletes, a lot of quickness, and they can just get the ball around there, and West Lafayette's going to have to get to a point where they're going to have to foul somebody, but I guess you fouled Chad Brinegar.
Brinegar will go to the free throw line. 66% shooter. Really, most of the guys on the floor are pretty decent free throw shooters. There isn't but one target, so to speak, as I was going to say. McCutcheon looking to be the first team other than Jeff to win back-to-back sectional titles since West Point did it way back in 1925 and 26. It's not been done, and the Mavericks not out of the woods yet. 1:39 to go, and Brinegar up there to shoot the bonus. Free try is rolling good. Rim to glass to net on that one. Again, a little short, as Dave Wood with instructions to Phil Russell, a 6'2 junior, who will come into the Red Devil lineup for the first time tonight. He replaces Storm Harper.
What do you think's going through Phil Russell's mind? He sat on the bench the whole game, and then it's tight, 48-41, and then you asked to come off the bench and play a role here down the stretch.
I think it's maybe an offensive defensive kind of substitution. Russell gets the rebound. The next free try miss. Skian up the right side. 48-41, McCutcheon advantage. Pointer out of the corner, hits a three. 48-44, a 4-point game with 1:25 to go. Brown, front court for the Mavericks. Trap on, knocked away by Coiner, but Peckinpah gets it back. And then a foul. Oh, a big exchange there. Coiner had his hands on the ball, but again, we see the quickness of Chad Peckinpah to get it back. Westside might have cut that 4-point lead in half. Instead, Peckinpah at the free throw line trying to improve, and a 4-point McCutcheon advantage.
And that was an interesting shot from Coiner, because he put it up and the ball had next to no rotation and still was able to knock it down. And it was tough for West Lafayette that they couldn't get that steal.
Here's Chad, one in the bonus, free try good. 49-44, and just a huge play in this ball game as we go down the stretch. Peckinpah a chance to make it 6 here, and does. 50-44 McCutcheon.
Peckinpah has 16 points in the game.
Still a 2-point, or really a 2-possession game here for Westside. They can score. Skian misses, and the rebound goes to Johnson. He's fouled by White. So 68 seconds to go. It's come down to whether or not McCutcheon can hit their free throws from here on in.
You have to feel good for McCutcheon. They're going to go to the free throw line for the final minute and 8 of this game. All they have to do is knock it down. Skian puts up a good-looking jumper, and it was just in and out. And then White, I think, tried to go for the tie-up.
I thought Westside might go for the 3 there. Like I say, a 2-possession situation. If they hit a 3, they cut it to a 3-point ball game. You hit the 2 there, it's still 4, and you still got to score twice, maybe to tie or go ahead. At the other end, Johnson up there now for the Mavericks. Free try is in and out. Westside clears the rebound. All the other Mavericks are back. Here's Skian with it. Front court still a 6-point game. Minute 2 remaining. Here's White with it. Backs it in. They're going to take it inside. White has shot up, no, but fouled before that. I think it came before the shot, so that would be 1 in the bonus.
White showed good fortitude on that shot. He looked a little tentative, like he didn't want to take Brinegar one-on-one, but under a minute to go, you have to do that. And here's another look at it. White not real sure, so he goes in, backs in, and Brinegar's been aggressive this year. There again he was. He got the block, but the foul was before the block, and so West Lafayette in a good position, only trailing 6, but no time runs off the clock when you're standing at the free throw line.
Harper's come in for Russell. This is an interesting change. Westside 2 of 7 at the free throw line. Steve Coiner comes out. I was just about to say, you got to really concentrate on getting the ball to Coiner here. He hit his last 3, but he goes out of the ball game. He's not going to be out very long. Rob Ford checks out as well.
So West Lafayette, James White at the free throw line, misses. You have to feel like West Lafayette's going to put on a lot of pressure and pick up fouls. That's why these guys are in there.
Yeah, look for the regulars to maybe come right back on the floor now with 55 seconds to go. Offensive and defensive substitutions. And yeah, here comes Ford and Coiner back into the ball game. But Moulter picks up the foul, and that's his 5th. So the one guy out there who didn't have any fouls to give picks it up.
That's too bad for him. Well, West Lafayette's down 6, under a minute to go, and they've missed 6 free throws. You know, you may not go 100%, but if you're, 7 of 8, 6 of 8, you're in a better position. You have to hit your free throws. That's been the one aspect of West Lafayette's game all night that they haven't executed.
So Phil Russell, Rob Ford, Steve Coyner out there along with Skean and Wida. Moulter fouling out Travis Brown. Will go to the free throw line. Brown, a 69% shooter. Try is no good. Mavericks struggle at the line. Still a 6-point ball game. 2-possession situation for Westside. If they can hit a 3, Russell, Coyner on a wing, double team. Now Skean left side. Russell tries his first shot. It's no good. Off iron rebound Williams. 39 seconds to go. The foul against Westside. But still, McCutcheon can't sold it away.
Well, Bill Russell, you feel bad for him. He's been on the bench all night, and he got that shot. Put it up a little quickly. It was a good look, but put it up a little quickly. But you can't blame the guy. He hasn't played for most of the game. Here's another look. He gets it and goes up. He's squared up, but he kind of has a Reggie Miller type shot where he brings his hands together a little bit, and West Lafayette has to foul on the rebound.
The personal foul whistled against Jamie Wida is his third. We'll keep it here with 39 seconds to go. 50-44. McCutcheon in command, really has led throughout this second half. After a cold shooting first quarter, they were down 12-7 after one stop at 30-18. The Mavericks were on top at intermission. But obviously everybody in the gym's thinking about Steve Coyner maybe getting a shot here, but he had no chance. It was like bees to honey when he got the ball in that far wing, and he had to reverse it over. The only chance they're going to get him the ball, either a high-low situation where they kick it out or a quick reversal pass, and I think the Mavericks, a veteran team, are too smart to let that happen.
You would think, and they were all over Coyner, like you said. James Wida can hit that three-point shot, and Phil Russell can. He had to look there just before the foul. So somebody for West Lafayette is going to have to step up. But one thing to remember, this West Lafayette team was blown out by 54 points the last time these two teams met. So they've had a pretty good effort regardless of what happened. I know it doesn't make the guys feel better after the season, but to come back and only trail by 6 with 39 seconds left is a tribute to them.
Rick Beckenpaugh's Mavericks trying to win their 7th sectional in his 10 years at McCutcheon. Previous ones at North Montgomery before last year's Lafayette winners. Andrew Williams at the line for the Mavericks. His free try, no good again. Here's Wida with it. Still only a 6-point lead, 37 seconds to go. Westside, lots of chances here. Skiing on a wing, left corner Russell. Brings it back outside. Coyner forces up the 3, missed it short. Brown's got the rebound in the corner. Long lead the other way. Brinegar sprint to the finish. Ball comes loose. Brinegar gets it back. Knocked away. Coyner's got it. Here comes Westside again. Coyner, head fake. Russell, let's fly. Block. Johnson saves to Williams. What a great play there. Up to Brinegar. He's hammered. 8 seconds to go. Brinegar okay, but boy, what an athletic maneuver at the other end. Westside fans can't believe that ball did not go out of bounds. Russell forces up the shot, blocked, and a great save by Jim Johnson.
As you said earlier, the West Lafayette Red Devils would be looking for Steve Coyner. You saw in that transition on the offensive end for West Lafayette, nobody seemed like they wanted to take the 3. They were looking for Coyner. Then he had to throw up a wild shot, and then Phil Russell had his shot blocked, but he's been on the bench all night. You can't really expect him to come in and knock down some big 3-pointers. His heart's probably racing.
Steve Coyner, just a junior, will set down. Mayar Muhammad is checked in for him. 14 points for Coyner as he goes out of the ball game with 8 seconds to go. And now it's time to empty the bench for McCutcheon as the Mavericks are going to survive here tonight. But boy, what a great effort by this Westside team that came into the sectional at 5-15, 0-11 on the road. They knocked off Jeff in their home floor last night, and they're within 6 points here of the defending champs, the McCutcheon Mavericks, with only 8 seconds to go. A team that certainly gave it their all, but apparently is going to come up a little short.
And don't forget, this McCutcheon team is ranked in the state. And the AP, Associated Press, comes out with people picking who you think will be the state champion. And about 4 or 5 people around the state picked McCutcheon to win the state championship. So this is quite a tribute to what Dave Wood's done to this West Lafayette team.
Brinegar misses again, and I guarantee you Rick Beckenpaugh is going to have his Mavericks shooting a lot of free throws this week as they prepare for the regional.
They've missed 4 front ends of 1-and-1s.
And Bridiger misses again. Rebound goes to West Side. A lot of new faces in there. John Wollenberg will gun up a long 3. It's short. Scramble for the rebound. The horn sounds. It's over. McCutcheon has defended its sectional championship from a year ago. Victorious 50-44 over the very game West Lafayette Red Devils, as West Side closes out 6-16. McCutcheon at 18-4. Plenty more to come, so stick around. We'll be back.
Man, I can't deal with this rain anymore.
Me neither.
Thank you for calling Huntington Direct. How may I help you?
I need some money to get to Hawaii.
Ah, sunshine.
Call a personal banker for an instant answer loan anytime, 24 hours a day.
$5,000. You're all set. And call anytime. We're always here.
Thanks.
Aloha.
No other bank offers instant answer loans. Then again, there's no other bank like the Huntington.
Over the years, Home Hospital has built a fine reputation for helping Lafayette families grow. We introduced the area's only neonatal intensive care unit. We were first to provide birthing suites and to offer epidural anesthesia. All this stacks up to a very good reason why Home Hospital babies now number in the thousands, and why that number continues to go up and up.
Home Hospital, at the heart of healthcare.
So a very game West Lafayette Red Devil team comes up short. McCutcheon defending their sectional championship with a 50-44 victory. And Mike Bridges, an excellent night, of course, for both teams. West Side will close out at 6-16. McCutcheon moves us on to the regional next week, and we'll have the championship ball game right here.
Shapes up as a good regional. We could see some of the same teams, and I enjoyed it, Rex. Can't wait till next week.
So until then, again, the final, McCutcheon 50, West Lafayette 44.
Hey Larry, Purdue's had a pretty good year.
Just proves a point, Nate. Teamwork is the name of the game.
That's just how we feel at Twin City Dodge. A great sales team and a committed service department.
Plus outstanding vehicles to offer, like the new Dodge Caravans and Plymouth Voyagers.
Now with cash backs from $500 to $1,000, depending on the model you choose.
You work hard, so you need to know you're getting the most for your money. Come see the Twin City Dodge Chrysler Plymouth team today.
Where can you go to feel the chase, to experience the excitement of things, to learn the details of the chase, to discover if your event has been canceled, find out all the issues that affect your life?